Hey guys, welcome to another edition of The Cocktail Guy. Now, if like me, you do drink quite a lot of coffee. In fact, some say that I probably drink too much. This is probably not a good idea, but I thought it would be a great opportunity for us to work together and do some more coffee cocktails. But before we continue, I just want to ask you guys to take a moment and please subscribe to this channel if you're watching this for the first time and you haven't already subscribed. Smash that bell so you're aware of any new notifications as they pop up. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up though guys if you do like the video and drop me any comments with any questions. Alternatively, if you do want to check out my Instagram handle as well, it is exactly the same. It's _cocktail guy. Do not forget that underscore please. So you're aware of any new content as it pops up there. The first cocktail I thought I would start with is the classic Espresso Martini, or rather my Riff. This Riff uses brandy rather than the traditional vodka. I've got some brandy here already infused. This has been infused with chestnuts, which are bang in season at the minute. This is Seven Tails Brandy I'm using. Some fresh chestnuts here. Now, I've already pre-infused these. You don't need to use a vacuum bag if you don't have. You can use a mason jar or a sealable plastic container. All you need to do is pop them in the oven, score the shells first, pop them in for about 20 minutes at a sort of reasonable temperature, about 150 to 180 degrees. Allow the skins to split, remove them from the oven. Obviously, please allow them to cool before you burn your hands. Peel off the shells and the fluffy skin, chop them up into quarters, and then drop them in the brandy or the rum or the vodka, whichever you wish. As I said, I'm using brandy for this cocktail. Leave them overnight. Don't fret about the recipes, I will pop them below the video. The second ingredient we're going to be using is a homemade coffee liqueur or a ristretto liqueur. You can obviously buy these in shops if you wish, or on Amazon or any other online shop. But I thought it'd be a great opportunity to make our own version. This is neutral spirit vodka cut with water after the infusion. Heaps and heaps of coffee. I like to sort of double the ratio of coffee to spirit just because I want a really strong coffee flavor. I mean, it's coffee. What's the point of having a weak coffee? So this is just vodka with coffee infused, again, mason jar, overnight, longer if you want a stronger flavor, filter the coffee beans, sweeten it, and then cut it with water just to reduce the ABV to around about 20 to 25%. Again, obviously the recipes are going to be below. I'm going to add a couple of drops of some chocolate bitters and obviously the espresso as well. So let's get cracking. So the first ingredient, as I said, is our chestnut brandy. Now, I'm making this recipe according to the size of my glasses, so I'm only putting in 30 mils. Obviously, scale it up if you have a larger glass. And then 25 mils of my coffee liqueur. Now, there's not too much sugar in this because I don't want to add too much sugar into my cocktails, but obviously if you wish, now's a good opportunity to add some sugar syrup. Just going to add 5 mils. Chocolate bitters. Add 2 pipettes, and then my espresso. Give it a good old mix. Give it a taste if you want, make sure it's sweet enough. Oh, it's cracking, get that chestnut. And then give it a good old shake. Oh, love the foam on that. Now I'm just going to pour it back into my glass, or my tin rather. This is not the glass, obviously. Okay, and here is my oh so diddly martini glass. Now you can see why I've downscaled my recipe. looks like a latte. It's a flat white martini. Woo, there we go. And the last ingredient is the garnish. Now, ordinarily we would add some coffee beans. I thought as we've got some chocolate in here, it would be a good idea to sort of dust it with some chocolate. Now this is some cacao husks, which we've obtained from our local chocolatier. Discarded ingredient, which is bang on for us. And then just give it a good old dusting. Look at that. Boom. Crema is obviously going to go down. There is our riff on an espresso martini. We've got some brandy in there infused with some chestnut. We've got a homemade ristretto or coffee liqueur, chocolate bitters, espresso, quintessential in this drink, and obviously then just a dusting of our chocolate. Oh, look at that. Oh my God, you've got 3 layers. Oh. 1, 2, 3. How great is that? Right, let's give it a go. Why don't people make espresso martinis with brandy? Oh my God, that coffee is so strong. It's beautiful. The creaminess, the brandy, the chestnut, seasonal, wintry. It's a cold drink, but it's warming at the same time. It's so good. So easy to make. Infuse these ingredients overnight, guys. Leave them, forget about them. Literally just forget about them. Filter them the next day through a coffee filter or some muslin if you have it. And this can go all day. Oh, that's great. It's a small drink, so I'm entitled to a couple more sips. So there we have it, guys. A simple riff on an espresso martini. Okay, guys, so the second drink we're going to be making is a warm cocktail. It's a riff on an Irish coffee, replacing your Irish whiskey with some Scotch. Now, I've chosen not to infuse a Scotch whiskey, as we have already infused some chestnuts into some brandy. However, if you wish, I highly recommend some cacao nibs or some cacao husks, some hazelnuts maybe into your Scotch, or indeed maybe even keeping with the chestnut brandy we used in the previous cocktail. But let's get cracking. So first ingredient going in is my Scotch whiskey, 50 mils. There we go. Next in is some freshly brewed coffee. There we go. Now I've chosen to add some bitters into this cocktail too. I'm going to be adding some toasted almond bitters, 2 drops. And I also want this drink slightly sweeter, so I'm going to be adding some sugar syrup as well, just because I like it in this cocktail. There we go. 2.5 mils. Now, again, if you don't want to infuse your Scotch whiskey, why don't you infuse your sugar syrup? Make a coffee flavored sugar syrup, or the cacao, the chocolate flavored sugar syrup. There we go, give it a bit of a mix. And the last ingredient we have is some double cream. Now this has been whipped up just ever so briefly with some almond extract and some vanilla essence. There we go here. And then we are going to just pour this on top of the drink. Look at that. That's super indulgent. Oh, looks amazing. And then again, I thought, why not dust this cocktail as well with some of the chocolate. This is cacao husks, as I said before. Look at that, it looks ace. And there we have it, drink number 2, a riff on an Irish coffee with Scotch whiskey, some toasted almond bitters, just a little bit of sugar syrup and obviously fresh coffee, and then the all-important cream on top, double cream whipped up with some almond and some vanilla essence. God. Buzzing with the coffee, nice heat from the Scotch. Great sweetness from the cream, the vanilla, the almond. Oh. That's great. And obviously, make sure you wipe your tash afterwards. There we have it. Drink number 2. Okay guys, so drink number 3. Now this is a riff on an Americano cocktail. For those of you who don't know what Americano is, it is some Campari or some Amaro, some sweet vermouth lengthened with soda. Essentially it's a kind of a long Negroni without the gin. So this one, bit of a riff, we're calling it the Americano Americana because obviously it has coffee in it as well. This is my infusion here, ever so simple. All this is my Campari and sweet vermouth, which I have infused with coffee beans. Again, like all the previous recipes, it has been infused overnight. Literally forget about it, put it into a mason jar, a sealable container, anything that allows you to basically seal it tight and then be able to give it a good shake every time you think about it, just to encourage that infusion. So in there, I've already had my Campari, my sweet vermouth, my coffee beans. I've also got some in a vac pack bag for those of you who are fortunate enough to have a vacuum machine at home or in your bar. Infused overnight, room temperature, filter it the next day, and there is my pre-made Americano Americano batch. So it's basically equal parts of Campari or an Amaro, sweet vermouth, coffee beans. And all we're going to do is we're going to add that to a glass. So I have a chilled glass already here. Now, if you wish and you don't have any form of carbonation or any equipment at home that you can carbonate, obviously you would then just use your batch mix and your soda water, which you're going to make. Going to be adding 50 mils. And I'm opting for some London Essence soda. Obviously, the colder the better. Half fill it, give it a stir, just to mix it. Splash more soda. And then, should you need it. Last but by no means least, the all-important garnish. Now, traditionally, I would go with an orange wedge or an orange zest, just zest up the side of the glass, but I thought because it's a little bit different and I think it worked really well with the coffee, I'm going to go with a grapefruit. So I'm just going to do a very small wedge. In fact, I'm going to give this a bit of a spritz of soda first. There we have it. Et voila, very simple. Batch mix, Campari or Amaro, sweet vermouth with your coffee, cold infused overnight, filter it, keep it refrigerated, 50 mils, just under 1.5 ounces, and then some soda water. There we go, guys. I hope you enjoyed them. A riff on an espresso martini, a riff on an Irish coffee served warm, obviously, and a riff on an Americano. So good it was named twice, the Americano Americano. I hope you enjoyed, guys. Please do leave me any comments if you have any questions. As I said, don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you like the videos. Please smash that bell so you're aware of any new content as it pops up. But don't forget to subscribe because I would love to see this channel grow. If, however, you are looking for more recipes in post form, please do pop across to my Instagram handle. The channel is exactly the same. It's _cocktail guy. Do not forget that underscore. And until the next time, guys, I hope you enjoyed making and see you guys soon. Cheers.